Hey guys, it's Alexis, aka The Soft Reader, and I'm here today to do another Top 5 Wednesday video. Top 5 Wednesday is of course hosted by Thoughts on Tome, so I will leave her channel down below as well as the Goodreads group where we post all of the topics and links and such. This week's Top 5 Wednesday topic is the top 5 books that we think would make great video games. Pretty excited when I saw this topic, and there were definitely like 3 books that instantly jumped to my head that I was like, yes, yes. So, pretty excited for this week's topic. The first book I'm going to mention is the Illuminate Files, actually all of the books in the series by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. The reason I think this would make a fantastic video game is because I think this is so Dead Space. It gives you total Dead Space vibes. And Dead Space is a video game basically where you go to rescue this like ship that's just trapped in space, and it's been completely overrun with these like alien creatures who've possessed people. Now that isn't necessarily what happens in Illuminate, but the vibe could still be the same. Like, I think not necessarily, like, if you cut out the romance and all the other mushy stuff, which I mean, I guess you could still keep that in there, but like, this would make a awesome space horror game. And that's what I was thinking of, as I was like, I could totally see you having to simultaneously deal with the twisted AI system and this like infection. I think dealing with like both of those at the same time would make a fantastic video game. If you don't play video games, probably a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about in this video probably makes 0 sense to you. But yeah, still, keep going. The next one I'm going to mention is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Kind of similarly, I think this one, first of all, I think that if you like not necessarily play as the characters in the story, I kind of like the idea of A Darker Shade of Magic video game being like where you're playing as like an unnamed main character who's going around, but you still get to meet all of the characters in the book. Like, yeah, like you still get to talk to Kel and Lila and Rai, but like you're not necessarily playing as any of them, you're playing as like a different unnamed main character. But I kind of like the idea of the main character being Antari, but like you have to like gain the different Antari powers. So like you start off only being able to use water magic or fire magic, and then like over the course of the game as you're leveling up, you gain more abilities. So like when you level up, you get fire magic. When you level up, you get wind magic. And so I really like that idea, kind of in the Dishonored style where you're collecting more runes and that allows you to buy more abilities, or in Bioshock style where the different course of the game takes you to different places that give you different abilities, that kind of thing. I think would work very well for this world, and I think it would be really cool to like travel between the different Londons in video game style, obviously, but I think that this would make a super cool video game in that way, where you're kind of just like starting off Avatar style with one ability and you're just working your way up from there to become like a beast Antari who saves the worlds. So yeah, this one. The next one I'm going to mention is 3 Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. The reason I think this one would make a very good video game is because I think this would make an awesome Dragon Age style video game. Basically where you get to create your own character, you get to choose which faction you belong to, you get to choose what type of magic you want, and then basically it's completely open world where you get to just go in and talk to the different characters, and basically like fight your way up to try and be queen. I think that premise as a video game sounds really awesome, but I like the idea of having it in that like Dragon Age style, where you get to work on different types of magic, and you specialize and you get to, you know, create your own character, but you also get to affect the environment in whatever way you want. You get to choose your own allies, in a sense, you know. I really like the idea of 3 Dark Crowns being a video game in that style. The next one I'm going to mention is probably an odd choice, but I'm going to go with The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I think this would make a very good Life is Strange type video game. In Life is Strange, it kind of has a butterfly effect feel to it, so the things that you decide in the game kind of go on to affect the later outcome of the game. Or like the Walking Dead video game, Until Dawn, they kind of all have that butterfly effect theme to them. The Sun Is Also a Star kind of has a very similar theme to it. It talks a lot about how the little decisions that you make can have greater consequences later on to you, but also to other people. And so I think presenting that theme in a video game, not necessarily like a 9-hour video game, obviously, maybe just one that takes like 2-3 hours to complete, I think I love the feel of that. Like, I like the idea of that, is where like you get to play Daniel and Natasha even, but you're making the choices and you're deciding, you know, are you going to go to your Yale interview, or are you going to spend the day with Natasha? And just that, like, having the video game morph to those choices that you make. I think that would be super awesome. The final one I'm going to mention is one I'm pretty surprised they haven't made a video game of yet, but I do understand why they haven't made a video game of yet, and that is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I know why they haven't made a video game, because they probably don't want to make a video game about a bunch of teenagers and small children killing each other. I understand that. But I think this would make a really, really good multiplayer online game. And I'm talking like very Overwatch or Siege, Rainbow Six Siege style, where you get to maybe even go in and create your own character, or even just you're pre-choosing from characters already created based on the characters in this book, where you're basically going in, you're choosing a character, and each character has their own specific, like, ability that they can use. And so you go and choose a character, and then you wait, and you get matched up with 23 other people playing the game at the same time, and then you basically just go and Hunger Games it out, and then you win. And so, like, as you win maybe each Hunger Games round, you could, like, level up, and you can, like, buy more sponsors, or buy better weapons for future rounds. And so kind of that, like, multiplayer online Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege style, where you're playing with other people, or like League. Most of you are probably at least pretty familiar with League. That same idea, but applied to the Hunger Games world, I think would make a pretty awesome video game. And like I said, I would be okay with either creating your own character or even playing from preset characters from the series. I think would be super awesome video game. But again, I do understand why they haven't made a video game of this yet, because, yeah, we've all read the books. Alright guys, so that was this week's Top 5 Wednesday topic. You guys should let me know down below what books you think would make fantastic video games, or if you would be interested in playing any of these books as video games. I'd love to know, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye!